Minister Narendra Modi expresses confidence that Parliament will unitedly give out a message of solidarity for soldiers guarding India's borders. Thanks all parliamentarians for choosing the path of duty even during the coronavirus crisis. Monsoon session of Parliament begins amid elaborate safety measures. The Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presents supplementary demand for grants for 2020-21, Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill and Essential Commodities Amendment Bill introduced. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan apprises Parliament on COVID pandemic and steps being taken by Government of India, terms the nationwide lockdown as a bold decision that has helped prevent 14 to 29 lakh cases. Ministry of MSME takes important steps to realize dues of MSMEs. Private sector enterprises to take measures for release of payment of MSME dues on priority. Hindi Divas is being celebrated across the country today, commemorating the adoption of Hindi language as one of the official languages of India. President, Prime Minister and other dignitaries greet the nation on the occasion. Bharatiya Janata Party is celebrating this week as Seva or Service Week in honor of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's birthday later this week. The party to organize blood and plasma donation camps, distribution of accessories for handicapped persons through the service. And in sports, Austria's Dominic Thiem wins the US Open tennis tournament and his first career Grand Slam title in a fifth set tiebreak against Germany's Alexander Zverev. Namaskar and welcome to the news. My name is Mark Lynn. Let's begin with the top story. The monsoon session of Parliament began today with strict coronavirus-related protocols. The Parliament started with obituary references. Members of Parliament paid tributes to the departed leaders. The Lok Sabha was adjourned for an hour after paying tributes to the former President Pranab Mukherjee and also a sitting MP and an ex-parliamentarians as well. Now, the monsoon session will take up 47 items during its 18 sittings till the 1st of October. 11 bills are scheduled to replace ordinances. Earlier, before the start of the monsoon session, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had exuded confidence that the Parliament will give an unequivocal message that the country stands with our soldiers.
आज जब हमारी सेना के वीर जवान सीमा पर डटे हुए हैं, जिस विश्वास के साथ वो खड़े हैं, मातृभूमि की रक्षा के लिए डटे हुए हैं, ये सदन भी, सदन के सभी सदस्य एक स्वर से, एक भाव से, एक भावना से, एक संकल्प से वो संदेश देंगे, सेना के जवानों के पीछे देश खड़ा है.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated MPs for choosing duty despite COVID-19 risks.
एक विशिष्ट वातावरण में संसद का मानसून सत्र आज प्रारंभ हो रहा है. कोरोना भी है, कर्तव्य भी है और सभी सांसदों ने कर्तव्य का रास्ता चुना है. मैं सभी सांसदों को इस पहल के लिए बधाई देता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं और धन्यवाद भी करता हूं.
Prime Minister said that deliberations on important ordinances and decisions will be key during this session.
इस सत्र में कई महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय होंगे, अनेक विषयों पर चर्चा होगी और हम सबका अनुभव है कि लोकसभा में जितनी ज़्यादा चर्चा होती है, जितनी गहन चर्चा होती है, जितनी विविधताओं से भरी चर्चा होती है, उतना सदन को भी, विषय वस्तु को भी और देश को भी बहुत लाभ होता है। इस बार भी उस महान परंपरा में हम सभी सांसद मिलकर के वैल्यू एडिशन करेंगे, ऐसा मेरा विश्वास है।
The Prime Minister cautioned citizens to take utmost care till the vaccine comes into effect, and he said that the government wants that a vaccine is developed at the earliest from any corner of the world, and that our scientists should succeed and we should succeed in bringing everyone out of this problem.
कोरोना से बनी जो परिस्थिति है, उसमें जिन सतर्कताओं के विषय में सूचित किया गया है, उन सतर्कताओं का पालन हम सबको करना ही करना है। और ये भी साफ है, जब तक दवाई नहीं तब तक कोई ढिलाई नहीं। हम चाहें कि बहुत ही जल्द से जल्द दुनिया के किसी भी कोने से वैक्सीन उपलब्ध हो, हमारे वैज्ञानिक जल्द से जल्द सफल हो और दुनिया में हर किसी को इस संकट में से बाहर निकालने में हम कामयाब हो।
Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has appealed to all members for their cooperation during the monsoon session of Parliament. He said that for the smooth conduct of the session, for the 4 hours of duration, there will be a 0 hour of 30 minutes where members can ask questions.
संसद की कार्रवाई इस बार हम लोगों को करनी पड़ रही है। इसमें आप सभी का सहयोग चाहिए, क्योंकि केवल 4 घंटे के लिए ही सदन चलेगा। इसलिए मैंने अनुरोध किया था कि क्वेश्चन आवर इसमें न हो, बल्कि आधे घंटे का एक 0 आवर हो कि यदि किसी को कोई प्रश्न पूछना है, अपनी किसी आशंका का समाधान करना है, तो उस आधे घंटे में वह कर सकते हैं।
The Lok Sabha today passed the National Commission for Homeopathy Bill 2020 and the National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Bill 2020. The Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Bill 2020 was introduced. The Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Narendra Singh Tomar, said that the bill will benefit small-scale farmers.
मिनिमम मूल्य वाला आश्वासन एक्ट है, इसमें किसान को सिर्फ फायदा ही फायदा है। किसान के खेत के मामले में किसी भी प्रकार का करार इस बिल में निषेध है। खेत का मालिकाना हक किसान का होगा। खेत के बारे में किसी प्रकार का करार नहीं हो सकता है। ये करार होगा सिर्फ फसल का। इस एक्ट के माध्यम से खेत विकसित होंगे, निजी निवेश खेत तक पहुंचेगा और खेत तक तकनीक पहुंचेगी, खेत तक पैसा पहुंचेगा और अच्छी और वैश्विक गुणवत्ता के आधार पर एक किसान खेती करेगा, उत्पादन करेगा और जब वो अपनी फसल को बेचेगा तो उसको उत्पादन का उचित मूल्य मिलेगा। जो व्यक्ति करार करता है वो किसान से एग्रीमेंट के समय मिनिमम मूल्य का करार देगा।
Well, the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha began at 3 p.m. and the 15 newly elected members of the Rajya Sabha took oath. Some of these members who were administered the oath by the chairman, Venkaiah Naidu, included Shibu Soren from Jharkhand, Phulo Devi from Chhattisgarh, Ajit Bhuyan, Tiruchi Siva, Arpita Ghosh and Dinesh Trivedi from West Bengal, and other members as well. Rajya Sabha will meet in the morning and Lok Sabha in the afternoon from tomorrow onwards. The Rajya Sabha also paid tributes to the former President Pranab Mukherjee and former MPs Beni Prasad Verma, Amar Singh and others who passed away recently. After tributes, the House was adjourned for one hour. The Rajya Sabha will elect its deputy chairman today. The NDA's Harivansh Narayan Singh and RJD's Manoj Jha are in the fray for the post. The Union Health Minister Harsh Vardhan spoke on the coronavirus situation in the country in the Lok Sabha today. The Union Health Minister informed about the steps that the government is taking to deal with the pandemic. The Union Health Minister also said that India has the lowest COVID death rate.
The Government of India undertook the COVID-19 challenge with the highest level of political commitment. The nationwide lockdown, a bold decision undertaken by the government, duly involving community, initiated as self-imposed Janata curfew as per the call given by the Honorable Prime Minister, is testimony to the fact that India has collectively stood up to manage COVID-19 and successfully blunted the aggressive progression of COVID. With our endeavor to manage COVID-19 through a whole of government and whole of society approach, India has been able to limit its cases and deaths per million to 3,328 cases per million and 55 deaths per million population respectively, which is one of the lowest in the world as compared to similarly affected countries.
Let's now take a look at the update on COVID-19 from across the country. India continues to report a high number of recoveries exceeding 70,000 every day. 77,512 recoveries were recorded in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative total of recovered patients to 37,80,107. And with this, the recovery rate currently stands at 78%. India's three-pronged strategy of test, trace and treat is proving to be a success. The fatality rate has dropped to 1.64%. The number of active COVID-19 cases in India stands at 9,86,598, which is 20.36% of the total cases reported so far. In another major step towards payment of MSME dues by different sectors, the Union Ministry of MSME has now impressed upon private sector enterprises of the country to take measures for the release of payment of MSME dues on a priority. During the announcement of Atmanirbhar Bharat package, it was stressed that the MSME receivables and dues should be paid in 45 days. Accordingly, the Ministry of MSME took up the matter aggressively with central ministries and their departments and the central public sector enterprises, and around 10,000 crore rupees have already been reported to have been paid by the ministries and the CPSEs. Taking the efforts now deeper, the ministry has taken up the issue, in fact, with 500 corporates, these corporate groups in the country, and the ministry has written letters to them, to the owners, the CMDs, on the top executives of these companies, these 500 corporates, and they've conveyed to them that the support and the solidarity in these difficult times. The ministry has strongly taken up the issue of their pending payments for MSMEs and asked them to pay them. A two-member team of Election Commission is in Bihar to take stock of the election preparedness. The team comprises the Deputy Election Commissioner Sudeep Jain as well as Deputy Election Commissioner Chandra Bhushan Kumar. They are presently reviewing preparedness with state government officials in Muzaffarpur. Later, the team will also hold discussions with divisional commissioners and police officers of Tirhut, Darbhanga and Kosi divisions. The team would also discuss arrangements with state-level officers and Chief Secretary before returning to Delhi. Hindi Divas is being celebrated across the country today. Hindi Divas commemorates the adoption of the Hindi language as one of the official languages of India on the 14th of September 1949. The Films Division will be streaming films on Raj Bhasha. 5 films on Hindi shall be available for 24 hours free viewing. The films being streamed they are witness to the Constitution, Samvidhan Ke Sakshi, which in fact depicts the interesting aspects of the Constituent Assembly meeting and also the decision to make Hindi an official language of the country. This happened on the 14th of September 1949. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted the nation on the occasion of Hindi Divas. The Prime Minister tweeted, and I quote, "All the very best on the occasion of Hindi Divas. Congratulations to all linguists who contributed in the development of Hindi." And the Union Information and Broadcasting Minister has extended greetings on Hindi Divas. He said, "India's every language is beautiful and great. Greetings to all on Hindi Divas." The BJP has launched a week-long campaign named Seva Saptah, and this will mark Prime Minister Narendra Modi's birthday, which falls on the 17th of this month. Various social initiatives are being undertaken by the party leaders and workers across the country. The party national president, JP Nadda, launched the campaign at Chaprauli village in Uttar Pradesh's Gautam Budh Nagar, and speaking on the occasion, he said, "The Prime Minister's life has been dedicated to the service of the people and the country." The campaign will continue till the 20th of September. And let's go across live now to the Rajya Sabha and witness the proceedings.
Most of the available time at our disposal by deliberating meaningfully, legislating through consensus building, and successfully disposing of the business before the House on daily basis. To ensure that this session is held in compliance with the physical distancing norms, with all necessary precautions, various arrangements have been made by Secretariat in cooperation with agencies like ICMR. I have held exhaustive meetings with the Health Secretary, Home Secretary and others regarding the measures to be followed for creating a safe environment in conducting this session. Accordingly, arrangements have been made, including arrangements for the COVID testing for the members and the employees of the Secretariat of both the houses. The normal seating arrangement with fixed seat division number has been dispensed with in this session. The number of seats for each party in different places, that is Rajya Sabha chamber, Rajya Sabha galleries and Lok Sabha chamber, have been fixed as per their numerical strength for the allocation amongst their members by their respective parties. Members are requested to raise their hands and introduce themselves by announcing their names clearly before taking part in a discussion so that they can be easily identified. For the sake of the reaching out to the people through proper voice arrangement and all, we have permitted members to speak while sitting. This is not normally done, but this is an arrangement for this session. Members' rigorous efforts have been made through repeated testing and rehearsal to ensure that the technological and logistical arrangements made for this session work smoothly. As this is the first time in the history of our Parliament that such arrangements are in place, members are requested to bear with any teething problem if it arises. Honourable members, I would like to inform you on behalf of the department-related standing committees, on behalf of the Parliament, department-related standing committees have started functioning since July, despite adverse conditions due to pandemic. Soon after, the restrictions on air and train travel were eased to some extent and have taken up this examination of various aspects of pandemic and its impact during the intersession period. 7 such committees of Rajya Sabha have held 26 meetings since July this year and spent a total of 56 hours and 40 minutes deliberating on various aspects of the pandemic, its impact and management. These committees of Rajya Sabha have so far undertaken extensive examination of overall management of the situation, piloted chiefly by the Minister of Home Affairs in consultation with other stakeholders, preparedness to deal with COVID pandemic and other such outbreaks in future from the scientific research and medical perspectives. Outbreak of pandemic and related contingent and mitigation plans, preparedness of education institutions during the pandemic, impact of the pandemic on tourism and civil aviation sectors, functioning of the virtual courts during the pandemic, and attracting investments in post-COVID economy. These are some of the subjects taken up by the committees. The time spent by these 7 committees of Rajya Sabha accounts for about 90% of the total time spent on deliberating various issues during the intersession period. This goes to suggest that the Parliament has already been seized of various issues relating to the COVID-19 pandemic and its management and impacts the way forward. I hope these reports to be submitted by this committee soon would enable the country for better preparedness for the future. The honorable members, I have completed 3 years in office as chairman of this August House last month, having assumed the office on 11th August 2017. I have directed the Secretariat to undertake a detailed research on various aspects of the functioning of this House since inception. Accordingly, detailed research and analysis was undertaken during the last 8 months. Broadly, the findings of this research are that since 1978, the period for which the required data is available with our Parliament, the productivity of the House has been steadily declining over the last 25 years. From 1978 till the middle of the 90s, the productivity of the House was over 100%. It fell to 89%. And then further down to 78%. Since the general elections in 2014, the overall productivity of the 20 sessions have been 74%. This shows a declining curve of productivity of the House. However, there is a certain silver lining. The overall productivity of the last 3 sessions of the House has been 94.60%, the best for 3 consecutive sessions in the last 5 years. I sincerely hope that this new normal would stay. Regarding department-related standing committees, the attendance in the 8 committees of Rajya Sabha has crossed for the first time 50%, clocking 50.73% during 1920. It was 44.87% during 17-18. Honorable members, there is a substantial business agenda before the House for these 18 sittings. The government has proposed a list of a number of bills, including 11 ordinances, to be replaced by acts of Parliament. The opposition and other parties too have important issues to be taken up. I appeal to all of you to enable the proceedings of the House in a smooth manner so that all sections of the House get due share of the time of the House. I sincerely urge all of you to sustain and try to enhance the high productivity record by this August House during the last 3 sessions. If the House is in order, everyone gets to be heard and replied to. People of the country have a lot of expectation from all of you in respect of providing valuable guidance on management of the pandemic, revival of the economy, return of the normal social life. In short, they are keen to breathe normally and reclaim their social economic space. It is for you to decide how each one of you would like to respond to such expectations of the anguished people of the country. A few honorable members have sought leave of the absence from the entire 252nd session, citing guidelines for phased reopening. Unlike 4 wide of Ministry of Home Affairs, dated 29th August 2020. Guideline 7, under the caption Protection of Vulnerable Persons, reads, persons above 65 years of age and persons with comorbidities are advised to stay at home except for essential and health purposes. Attending Parliament is an essential responsibility. But if any particular member, because of health reasons, he desires to be absent, they have written to me. I am getting all of them positively approved because it's a human problem. माननीय सदस्यगण, मैं यही बताना चाहता हूँ, जो एडवाइजरी मैंने अभी पढ़ा होम मिनिस्ट्री का, हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री का, मैंने दोनों सेक्रेटरी से भी बात किया और उच्च स्तर पर उसके बारे में चर्चा किया. ये केवल एडवाइजरी है, इसके बाद भी लोग ट्रैवल कर रहे. मगर मेरा कहना ये है, ये एडवाइजरी को नॉर्मल समय में पालन करना उचित होगा। और पार्लियामेंट सेशन इज एन एसेंशियल responsibility of all of us, and also health also is paramount. Keep that in mind and then try to follow those guidelines. माननीय सदस्यगण, आज हिंदी दिवस है। आज ही के दिन 1949 में संविधान सभा ने हिंदी को राजभाषा के रूप में स्वीकार किया था। हिंदी को देश में बहुत सारे लोग समझते हैं और बोलते हैं। अन्य भारतीय भाषाओं को भी संविधान में सम्मानित स्थान दिया गया है। सभी भारतीय भाषाएं हमारे लिए आदरणीय है। हमारा प्रयास होना चाहिए हम हिंदी के साथ ही साथ अधिक से अधिक भारतीय भाषाओं को सीखें, उनका प्रयोग करें। I appeal to all the people while encouraging Hindi, at the same time promote mother tongue in your respective areas. That is the need of the hour. And no language is superior and no language is inferior. That's why my suggestion will be, I told some of my friends who had apprehensions, I told them simple formula I have given. One, no imposition, no opposition. Two, that should be the position of any language. All are Indian languages, let us try to. That is your this thing, na? The country has accepted it. Everybody has got a right to agree to disagree also. That is the beauty of Indian democracy. That is the beauty of Indian democracy. And at the end of the day, the democracy, you know how it runs. It goes by the will of the people and the majority of the members. In their collective wisdom, the constitutional framers, they have, at the time, have declared it. And we feel, out of our personal experience also, large number of people, देश में जो भाषा बोलते हैं, उसमें सीखने में किसी को कोई आपत्ति नहीं होना चाहिए। मैं चाहता हूँ, इस बीच में मैं थोड़ा पर्सनल लेवल पे आप लोगों को बताना चाहता हूँ। मैं बहुत मित्रों से बातचीत कर रहा हूँ, फेसबुक में भी दिख रहा हूँ। मैं फैमिलीज को, बच्चों को एडवाइस कर रहा हूँ, भाई आपके भाषा अलावा और एक भाषा सीखने के लिए प्रयास करो। हिंदी सीखो, तमिल सीखो, तेलुगु सीखो, मलयालम सीखो, मराठी सीखो, असमी सीखो, पंजाबी, कुछ ना कुछ और एक भाषा सीखने के लिए अच्छा अवसर है। एंड आई एम हैप्पी दैट मेनी ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन आर ट्राइंग टू लर्न वन मोर लैंग्वेज। और विशेष रूप में जो उत्तर भारत में जो रह रहे लोग, उनसे मेरा प्रार्थना है, आप भी अपना बच्चों को बताइए, एक दक्षिण भारतीय भाषा भी सीखे तो एक सुहृद भावपूर्ण वातावरण होगा देश में, और हम सब मिलकर देश को आगे ले जा सकते। मित्रों, ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स, extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures. This adage cannot be more true in any other time than this present context. By taking all precautions necessary and measures, we shall be able to do our duty effectively and efficiently with forbearance, discipline, determination and alertness. We will be able to overcome this testing time as well. I am sure about it. I can assure you that I am always willing to do the needful to draw the best out of you. Let us make this session happening in troubled times a really memorable one. This is my appeal to all of you on the beginning of this session. And then we have this, you are all aware that the sitting of the House from tomorrow, 15th September 2020, 1st October 2020 will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Rules 185 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Rajya Sabha provides that the admitted call attention shall be raised at 2 p.m. and no other time during the sitting of the House of Council. In view of the change in time in sittings of the House, it is not possible to take up the call attention at 2 p.m. Accordingly, the call attention will be raised in the House at such a time as may be decided. Similarly, Rule 180C provides the time for submitting notices for special mentions shall be up to 5 p.m. on the day for raising the matter next day of sitting. Again, in view of the change in timing, it has been decided that the timing of submitting notice for special mention shall be up to 12 noon on a day, because we are meeting at the sitting for the next day of the sitting. Further, as the time of sitting is restricted to 4 hours, the members whose notice of special mentions have been admitted should lay the approved text when called by the chair. And with regard to 0-hour submissions also, I have gone through the possibilities. Around 10 people will get an opportunity, and they should also confine themselves to submitting the 0-hour within that prescribed time of 3 minutes, because there is no system of monitoring. But the chair will be monitoring. Members are also requested to see that they follow time and there is no need arises for the chair to intervene in between. Secretary General to, Honorable members, on behalf of the House and on my own behalf, I congratulate the Indian chess team led by Vidit Santosh Gujarati and comprising of Viswanath Anand, Pentala Harikrishna, Aravind Chidambaram, Nihal Serene, Pragyanathan R, Koneru Hampi, Dronavali Harika, Bhakti Kukarni, Vaishali R, Vatika Agarwal, and Divya Deshmukh for winning the first ever gold medal and being declared champions along with Russia at the FIDE Chess Olympiad 20, which was held online from 24th of July to 30th of August 2020. It is indeed a matter of great pride that our chess players, many of whom are teenagers, continue to further the rich legacy of Indian chess and make it to newer heights. Their example should inspire our young chess players and other young sports persons to emulate and improve upon their achievements. I wish all the chess players success in their future endeavors and hope they continue to bring many more laurels to the country. Secretary General, papers to be laid on the table. Secretary General.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to lay on the table a statement in English and Hindi showing the bills passed by the Houses of Parliament during the 251st session of the Rajya Sabha and assented to by the President.
Sri V. Muralidharan. Minister.
Sir, with your permission, I rise to lay on the table of the House the papers listed against my name at serial number 2 in today's list of business. It's regarding the 11 ordinances that has been issued.
Statement regarding ordinances. Dr. Harshavardhan. Not there.
I rise to lay on the table an explanatory statement, Hindi and English versions showing reasons for immediate legislation by promulgation of the Epidemic Diseases Amendment Ordinance 2020, number 5 of 2020.
Thank you. Sri Nityananda Rai.
श्री अमित शाह जी की ओर से आज की कार्यावली में क्रम संख्या 2 पर उनके नाम के सम्मुख उल्लिखित मंत्रियों के संबलमों और भत्तों से संबंधित संशोधन अध्यादेश 2020 द्वारा तत्काल विधान बनाए जाने की आवश्यकता की परिस्थितियों का वर्णन करने वाला एक विवरण अंग्रेजी तथा हिंदी में सभा पटल पर रखता हूँ।
Dr. Harshavardhan.
Respected sir, on behalf of my colleague Shri Shripad Nayak, I rise to lay on the table an explanatory statement, Hindi and English versions, showing reasons for immediate legislation by promulgation of the Homeopathic Central Council Amendment Ordinance 2020, number 6 of 2020.
बैठ के बोलिए, आवाज अच्छा ठीक तरह से आएगा. और डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन अगेन.
Respected sir, on behalf of my colleague Shri Shripad Nayak, I rise to lay on the table an explanatory statement, Hindi and English versions showing reasons for immediate legislation by promulgation of the Indian Medicine Central Council Amendment Ordinance 2020, number 7 of 2020.
Supplementary demands for grants 2020-21. Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman.
The table a statement in Hindi and English showing the supplementary demands for grants 2020-2021.
Whenever a name is called, I request honorable ministers or members to raise their hand so that it will be visible. And while speaking, they also say, I am so and so that it goes on record and then others will be. Honorable members, I have to inform the members that the panel of vice chairman has been reconstituted with effect 24th of July 2020 with the following members: Sri Bhuvaneswar Kalita, Srimati Vandana Chavan. No, she came. She must be in the other house. Lok Sabha. Right, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Good. She met me, that's why I remember. Sri Sukhen Sekhar Rai, उन्होंने एक पत्र लिखा मुझे. Sri Surendra Singh Nagar. Surendra Singh Nagar. Lok Sabha, please.
Lok Sabha.
Dr. L. Hanumantaya. हनुमंतैया जी भी आए थे लोकसभा.
Yes, sir, I am here.
थोड़ा प्लीज रेज योर हैंड. ओके ओके हनुमंतैया जी. राइट. डॉक्टर सस्मित पात्रा. सस्मित पात्रा.
Sir, Lok Sabha, sir.
लोकसभा. राज्यसभा इन लोकसभा. Right. Thank you. I compliment all these members. This advantage for this, some of the members is, without getting elected to Lok Sabha, they are sitting in Lok Sabha. Some of the Lok Sabha members, without getting elected to the upper house, they are sitting in the upper house. So this is the... But for some bad reasons, I hope that situation will not arise again, like COVID and this thing. Yes, we should go in there by data. It should be, the media, of course, will take note of that. Review carry apply kiya. Some members have it. Honorable members, I have to inform members that a letter has been received from Sri Sukhen Sekhar Rai, member stating due to prevailing COVID-19 situation in the country and guidelines issued, he will not be able to attend the entire sitting of the current session of the House. He has therefore requested for grant of leave of absence from 14th September to 1st October, that is till the conclusion of the current 252nd session. Does he have the permission of the House remaining absent from 14th to 1st October 2020 of the current session of Rajya Sabha? The permission remain absent is granted. I have also to inform the members that a letter has been received from Subhashish Chakravarti, member stating that on health grounds he is unable to attend the entire sittings of the current session of the Rajya Sabha. He has therefore requested for grant of leave of absence from 14th to 1st October, 14th September to 1st October for the current 252nd session of Rajya Sabha. Does he have the permission of the House for remaining absent from 14th to 1st of October? Permission to remain absent is granted. और भी है, और भी है, तो जो भी है कल कर सकते. I have to inform members that Business Advisory Committee in its meeting held on 13th September has allocated time for legislative and other business as follows. Statute resolution moved by K.K. Ragesh and Elmaram Karim and Vinay Viswam about the taxation and other laws. 2 hours to be discussed together. Consideration passing of taxation and other laws. Consideration passing of the following bills: salary allowance and pension of members of parliament to replace an ordinance, and also the other one connected. They both 1 hour each. Then statute resolution seeking disapproval of the epidemic disease amendment ordinance number 5 of the 2020 promulgated by the President on 22nd April, admitted in the name of Sri Vinay Viswam. Consideration passing of the epidemic disease amendment bill to replace ordinance, both together 2 hours. Statute resolution seeking disapproval of the Homeopathy Central Council amendment ordinance number 6 of the 2020 promulgated by the President on 24th April, admitted in the names of Sri Elmaram Karim and Sri Vinay Viswam. Consideration and passing of the Homeopathy Central Council amendment bill 2020 to replace ordinance. Statutory resolution seeking the disapproval of the Indian Medicine Central Amendment, Indian Medical Central Council by the President on 24th, admitted in the names of K.K. Ragesh, Elmaram Karim and Vinay Viswam. Consideration passing of the Indian Medicine Central Council Amendment Bill to replace an ordinance, together 2 hours. Statute resolution seeking disapproval of the Essential Commodities Amendment Ordinance 2020, number 8 of 20, promulgated by the President on 5th June, admitted in the names of Sri K.K. Ragesh, Sri Elmaram Karim, Sri Vinay Viswam and Sri M.V. Shreyams Kumar. Consideration passing of the Essential Committees Amendment Bill 2020 to replace an ordinance. 3 hours to be discussed together. Statute resolution seeking disapproval of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code promulgated by the President, admitted in the names of K.K. Ragesh, Yalamaram Karim and Sri Vinay Viswam. 2 hours along with the bill to replace ordinance together. Statute resolution seeking disapproval of the Farmers Produce, Trade and Commerce Promotion and Felicitation Ordinance promulgated by the President on 5th June, admitted in the name of K.K. Ragesh, Yalamaram Karim, Vinay Viswam and M.V. Shreyams Kumar. Consideration passing of Farmers Produce and Trade and Commerce to replace ordinance. Statute resolution seeking disapproval of the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance of Farm Ordinance. Also again in the name of K.K. Ragesh, Yalamaram Karim, Sri Vinay Viswam and M.V. Shreyams Kumar.